We are back today talking about kitchen day and freezer prepping because we're getting ready for a baby. And we are making a lot of food for her.
We did. We made a lot of food.
But we're not done. We're done for today.
We have 2 more projects.
2 more that we're going to save for next week. So, Bridget, can you remember what we made? She was the boss. We were the hands that did the work.
We made taco soup, chicken fajitas, beef fajitas. We did beef and broccoli. We did cube steak with gravy. We did
bean and beef burritos.
We did sesame chicken. That's
sloppy joes.
Yep, we did sloppy joes.
And then just some browned hamburger.
Yep.
And the
for
leftover
spaghetti
onions,
sauce
we froze in little packages.
Yes.
It was a lot. And we were busy working, but many hands make light work. So when you're doing a big freezer day, gather your friends and family and do it together because it's fun then. We were listening to music, we were dancing, we were eating good food. It was fun.
I'm just really super appreciative of you two right now for all your help today. I could not have done it without you, and now we have, I don't know, probably almost 20 meals or better in the freezer. I don't even know the count.
So that's good. But if you are alone, let's say a person is alone, which I feel like whenever I did freezer cooking, I did it by myself.
I know not everybody
and
has
with the kids,
that big support system.
Yeah. So what I found as a good tactic was to, when I would make supper, I'd make 2 or 3 of the same recipe and put those in the freezer.
Yep, or just simply
every day
double what you're cooking and freeze half of it.
Yeah, I did a lot of that. Heather, what did you do?
Well, our family's big fans of bean and beef burritos or breakfast burritos, and those usually make a huge ton. I don't think that's proper terminology, but make a huge, big amount, and then you just quickly shove them away so no one else can eat them all in one sitting. But then we have them for lots of meals.
The advantage of this, as opposed to buying a box of burritos or a package of burritos or that kind of thing, is that you can make it according to what you want in it, the flavors you like. They're healthier, they have less sodium.
I always thought the store-bought ones were kind of bland too.
Yeah, and they taste a little bit.
They just taste better. Home cooking tastes better. It just does.
And you can get that from a freezer meal that you make yourself. You do have to be careful about how you store it, using quality freezer bags and then double bagging or putting a bunch of freezer wrapped food into another container, like an ice cream bucket or some such, is helpful. Anything else?
No, we're just big fans of the freezer cooking, and I'm sorry I didn't watch your videos earlier this week to see what you talked about. But
we just talked about what we were going to do.
But I was a big fan of having lots of freezer meals before a baby was born, which is what we're doing for Bridgette. So that way you don't have to think about it, and you can just pull food out, and you have lots of healthy, delicious meals ready to go.
Because the less you have to think about after you have a baby, the better.
And sometimes in those last couple of weeks is when you want those meals, because those last couple of
before
weeks,
you deliver,
when you're just waiting to have a baby and you have no energy and you're huge and you're just waiting.
Standing in the kitchen and making supper every night is probably the hardest thing.
It can be hard.
So
or look at the opposite way. I had there was always a couple weeks where I was kind of nauseous. So I think it was the 2nd or 3rd pregnancy where I started making meals as soon as I found out I was pregnant. Just for week 4 to 6 or whatever the weeks were, I can't remember now. But that way we didn't eat too many frozen pizzas, and I didn't have to. Because one time I actually made my husband sit outside and eat his steak because I couldn't stand the smell of meat. So if I had those freezer meals cooked, then we had
you had food to eat.
And I didn't have to cook it and smell the meat during my nauseous time. So it wasn't even for after baby, it was early pregnancy. So it kind of, you can just make.
There you go.
And we're back.
and we're back. Our mouths might not match the words now because we had to click the low battery button.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's always annoying.
I know. Sorry.
But freezer meals are fun. You can find lots of different recipes. One time I made them for pregnancy, and I used all these elaborate recipes, and they all tasted like spaghetti. So the next pregnancy, we just browned a lot of meat so we could make our own, just throw in the sauce rather than this elaborate pasta dish that just tasted like spaghetti sauce. So you got, you got to tweak things, find what works for you and what you like, what you don't like, or what, like you had an experience with freezer burn, like what stays longer in the freezer.
Yeah, or just keeping in mind your family's preferences, because I personally could eat the same thing over and over again and be fine. Like, I'm not that picky, but my husband does prefer to have a variety of different meats and dishes. I make taco and Mexican food too often, but so when
at our house that'd be okay.
Yeah,
right?
My house
I could
too.
eat
I love
Mexican food all the time. But so I really tried to switch it up. I use, chicken and steak and ground beef and different kinds of
in your Mexican food?
In our freezer meals and
cooking in general.
In general. Yeah. All right.
Tonight we're having pork. Switch it up. I've been doing a lot of like chicken and beef lately.
Yeah. Well,
it's also like chicken and ground beef are cheaper than
pork is. Well, actually, I don't even know what prices are right now.
Actually,
I know it's ridiculous. I know that there's massive corruption in the meat industry, and that's all.
Side soapbox there.
Soapbox? I'll just move on to the picture. Talk about freezer meals.
Other things you can do to prep for new babies or just a busy time in your life, whether it's Christmas or traveling. Stock up on your spaghetti sauce and your pasta. Stock up on
the easy food,
or like summertime juice. And I'm thinking for my kids. They like the juice boxes, and we only have those at summertime. Or whatever else is fun and easy.
At our Costco trip yesterday, I stocked up on easy toddler snacks. So I got the fruit and veggie pouches and the applesauce pouches, and I got the big thing of animal crackers because my toddler loves animal crackers. Stuff like that I stocked up on for when the baby comes, so that I don't have to think as much about her snacks. I can just grab a baby snack pouch or whatever.
Yeah.
Or frozen vegetables too.
Frozen vegetables and fruit.
Yeah,
we got
a lot of
frozen
too.
So the other night we made you were at our house and we were grilling we just needed a simple side, and we always forget this one, but I had some broccoli frozen, throw it in the oven with some olive oil and salt and pepper and roasted it, and it was delicious. And it's so simple and healthy and easy. And those are the things you forget about.
Do when you're pregnant. I mean, or when you're postpartum. Mm-hmm. You can throw the vegetables on, stick it in the oven.
It's not that much.
It's not that much effort, and it can go with your main dish.
Yep. Or even at Walmart, you can get this bags of steamer vegetables. I do that a lot for Brinley's snacks or meals. I'll get a 1 pound bag of peas, throw it in the microwave for 7 minutes, and it's ready. No dishes, no cooking, just
easy peasy.
Easy.
Yeah. Do we have anything else about freezer meals and our project? We're going to do this again next Wednesday because we didn't get the calzones made and we didn't do the breakfast burritos.
Right.
So, and then we were talking about, well, if we're going to make breakfast food, let's make a bunch of breakfast food. Breakfast food for Heather, breakfast food for me, for my family. So, we might come up with more breakfast foods.
And if you have not made breakfast burritos,
they're so good.
So simple, so easy, and so darn delicious.
I loved them.
We eat them quite frequently. And my kids, I figured this out recently because for a while they didn't like them. But when I switched it and took out a few ingredients that they didn't care for, then I made a kid version and an adult version, and it was very simple to do so. And then that way everyone could have that. And just so you know, breakfast burritos are not only for breakfast. We eat them for lunch, snacks, supper.
Yeah.
It's a good protein easy
Mhm.
food.
Because you can put as much eggs in as you want.
Or sausage or bacon or
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, the ones you buy in the store, they really don't have a lot of meat in them. It's mostly beans and rice and filler. Potatoes, yeah.
I am a fan of the potatoes on those though. I'm a little potato heavy usually.
I'm excited to do them with hash browns.
Oh yeah, that makes it
Because
really
that's
good
going to
too.
be...
And it makes it so easy.
I figured it'll be easier to wrap the burritos too
Yeah.
because there's no chunk of potatoes poking.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so the recipes we made today were dairy free, and they were pretty gluten free too, except for
the burritos.
The burritos that we were just talking about. I've not figured out how to make a burrito with a corn tortilla. They don't fold
tear a little
very
bit,
well. But there's egg muffins. You can make egg muffins. Bridgette, she got tired of egg muffins last time when she was
We
pregnant.
made
but
so many of them.
I like them.
But you know what we made? We also took the bean and beef burrito mixture and ran out of burritos, and so we just froze some of the innards in a container,
Yeah,
and
so you
then
can eat it with
then
a
she could
tortilla
heat
chip.
it up later and eat it with a tortilla chip or throw it in a burrito or maybe a corn tortilla if you're going gluten free.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
ideas.
Good ideas.
And that's another awesome thing about the freezer meals is that you can do them that way to make them flexible for what you need.
Rather than being subject to whatever is in the freezer section of your store.
Yep.
Which is expensive and typically doesn't have a lot of nutrition in it. This way, you're in control of the nutrition. You're in control of your preferences.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe next Wednesday, if you really love our post, which aren't really mine, they're hers, but you know.
Group
we
effort.
we could probably do a cooking show about our adventures too of. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to cook with...
We'll do some videos of Heather wrapping burritos.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A video of me
If you
spilling
saw
more
the
food on
stories,
my
you
shirt.
saw our messy kitchen. It did not look like food TV where there's just like certain ingredients laid out and, you know. No.
It was more of a, who has
Woo!
the chili powder?
Explosion!
Yeah.
What? We're out of paprika or whatever
Like
we were
cayenne
out of.
pepper. I couldn't,
Cayenne
No, I
pepper.
couldn't find it, but
Oh,
it
I
was
found
there.
it, but there were other things
we
we were
ran
out of.
out of oregano.
I need to go through my spice cupboard and make a list of all the things we're out of, and then order them, or buy them, whatever. Probably. Anyway, all right. We will be back tomorrow at 4:00. Thanks for joining us. Bye.